I have a dilemma. For over a year now, I've been using Shure's MoveMic, this one here, and I've been recommending it as my favourite wireless mic. But last month, Rode got me to review the Wireless Micro, and this one's also pretty good. So now when I'm asked which microphone I recommend, the answer isn't quite as straightforward. Plus, to make matters worse, I just purchased the Hollyland Lark Mark II because I'd seen people in the comments recommending this one over anything else. I haven't hardly used it yet, but in my next video, I'll be doing a three-way between these microphones. In fact, I should probably throw in the Rode Go 2s as well. Why don't you let me know in the comments if you'd like to see them included and put alongside these microphones. Now, I do need to point out that I'm not being sponsored by either Shure or Rode. They aren't influencing my review, although both companies did send me these mics for free. I have done separate reviews that I'll link to at the end, but I wanted to do this comparison because when I was recently reviewing the Rode mics, I found myself wanting to compare with the Shure mics, but I held off till now. Okay, now before we start putting these mics side by side, I do need to let you know one major difference. The Rode Wireless Micro mics are exclusively for use on mobile phones. You can't connect them to your camera and you can't plug them into your computer. With the Shure mic, you can purchase an optional receiver that allows you to send your feed into a computer or a camera. Now, because the Rode mic is exclusively for mobile use, we're going to focus on that for this review and not look at the results from the Shure going into your camera or computer. But you can see that in the Shure review that, as I said, I'll link to at the end. While the Rode mics are less flexible overall, if you even occasionally record on your phone, please stay with me. Okay, so with all that out the way, let's compare these mics with the following categories: size and design, ease of use, price. We'll do some audio tests, then we'll just summarize by way of pros and cons, and then my final thoughts. So let's start with the cases. As you saw a minute ago, both of these are very similar. The finish is much the same on them, nice soft round edges on them, but Rode definitely is more compact, and I think because it's flatter, it's more comfortable to put into your pocket. Both of these mics have similar battery time. You can use Rode for 7 hours and then you have 2 more charges from the case, so 21 hours in total per mic. Shure give you 8 hours and again 2 more charges, so 24 hours in total. Both cases charge via USB-C. When we look inside the cases, you'll notice that the Shure one doesn't have a receiver, and that brings up a major difference between these microphones. On the one hand, the fact that Shure doesn't need a receiver is a major plus for Shure, which we'll discuss in the next section, but it's also the thing that received the most criticism in my previous review, because in order to achieve not using a receiver, you have to record in the Shure Motive Video app. But let's come to that in a bit. For the mics themselves, both of these sets offer a twin mic system, so you can interview people, 2 separate microphones going into one receiver, or straight into the phone in Shure's case. This makes them perfect for interviewing on the go. Remember, we're only looking here at mobile phone use. Taking the mics out of the case, both of them are very small and compact microphones. That's really one of the sales features of them. But actually, this Rode mic, it weighs in at 18 grams, and that's more than double the 8 grams that we've got with Shure's microphone. And while both of them are obviously very light, it's noticeable when you start attaching it to a pocket. That extra bit of weight just really can make it flop and be noticeable there. And when you actually hold this microphone, you can understand what that extra weight is. It definitely feels much more solid, professionally built microphone here. I do love the glossy finish on it, and I do like that actually that microphone is built into the main casing on it, whereas with the Shure one, it seems like that's been added onto the top. While I think this lovely glossy finish on the Rode microphone really does add to the classy look of it, I am a little bit concerned that if this was attached to my pocket, is it going to be picking up the light potentially in a studio and making it really stand out on there rather than being very subtle? That said, I think both of these mics are designed to be worn in reverse. So with the Shure, you wouldn't have it on this way around, you would use it this way around, and you've really just got like the tiny little tie clip on there. And that would very comfortably fit in my pocket, and you really aren't seeing it there. With the Rode microphone, we do get a clip on here, and one feature that I absolutely love with this is that there is a magnet on the back built in with this. I remember with the Rode Go's buying one of these as a third-party thing, but it's actually designed clips onto the back of here. So I can use it without, and I could take the magnet off, and in fairness, that does drop the weight a little bit. And I could clip it on this way round And again, you can see that that really has just reduced the size down, but it's not going to affect the microphone wearing it this way around. Alternatively then, because we've got this magnet, I can actually stick it anywhere on my top with the magnet coming through the other side of it. And I think that's a fantastic feature. I've managed to get it fitting through shirts, t-shirts, even hoodies. If you go much thicker than that, you might be at risk of the thing falling off. And actually using the magnet means that I'm back to my glossy front. Oh, and I should point out that the Rode mic does come in a black or white option, which I think is a great idea if you're tending to wear lighter clothes than me. All right, so I think we've spent long enough on size and design. Let's move on to ease of use. Now, both sets of mics spring into life as soon as you open the box. With the Shure one, you need to open up the Shure Motive Video app, press the button for a few seconds on the microphone, and it will connect with no receiver. I love that. There's nothing to get lost or break, and there's going to be nothing to upgrade when I want to change my iPhone from the lightning cable up to the USB-C in the newer models. Plus, I like actually that when I first see the microphone setup window, I get a visual display showing the input volume. I can change the modes, set up a 5-band equalizer if I want to, and choose to turn on or off the noise reduction. And whatever I set and dial in at that point, it'll keep in until I go in and change it. I close that window and I'm ready to record in the app. There were a load of comments moaning about this when I reviewed it, people wanting to use third-party video recording apps, but to be honest, the Shure app does all that I need it to do, allowing me to jump between cameras, set basic resolution and frame rate. One frustration, unless I'm doing something wrong, is that your recordings are saved in the app, and when you want to export them to your photos on your phone, you have to do them one at a time. If you know differently, please tell me in the comments. Now, in contrast with the Rode mics, I connect the receiver to the bottom of my phone, I take the mics out of the box, and without touching a thing, the mics connect, and that's it. No app to open, everything is done on auto. You don't even have buttons on the microphone. You could not get a simpler setup than what Rode have given you here. All you do now is open your camera app on your phone or a third-party app and start recording. Now, personally, I do like to just hit record and tap on the microphone a bit and make sure that it definitely is the right mic coming through, because I've got no visual cues anywhere to tell me that, but I haven't had it play up on me yet. Now, there is an app with the Rode mic, but it's pretty useless and it still doesn't confirm your audio levels coming through. That said, it does have a couple of nice options for recording either with a picture-in-picture mode or a split screen. And I can imagine that being really good if you were out interviewing someone at an exhibition. So if you want the absolute simplest plug-and-play mic, the Rode is the winner. If you'd rather have some assurance that the sound is definitely coming through, see some meters, have some settings to change, and really have a more professional approach to this, then I believe the Shure offers that. Although it's outside of the scope of this review, I do just want to show you this is the receiver that Shure give you that will allow you to plug either straight into your computer or into your camera. So features, ease of use. Now let's have a look at price and see how these mics compare. Rode have one package. There's no option for a single mic. You just choose either Lightning or USB-C connection for your receiver. And it cost $149 for the set at the time of recording this. Now with Shure, you get several options. You can purchase just one microphone, you can purchase the twin set, and you can buy that extra receiver if you want to be able to use this into your camera or computer. Prices for one microphone, it's $224. Two microphones, $314, plus the receiver, $199. Although you can get the two mics and a receiver in a set for $449. So there's a considerable difference there. I think it's time that we put these head to head and decide whether we can hear a difference in quality. So I'm going to flick across to my phone, and first off, let's record something here in this nice quiet studio. So first up, we're using the Rode microphone. Just checking it's definitely coming through. What I've done is connected in. I can see actually that there's an indicator on there that tells me it's connected. And so I've just opened up my photo app, selected video, started recording. No apps, no settings, could not be easier. But what is the quality like? That's the point of this section. And now we've switched over to the Shure mic, which is definitely more discreet. It's much lighter. It's not pulling on my t-shirt at all. And I don't know that anybody would particularly notice it if I was out and about recording like this. I am into the app. We haven't turned on noise cancelling yet. So I do have to run this from the app, but I'm really happy with what I'm seeing. And actually right in front of me is a little sound level indicator. I find that really reassuring. Now with a couple of clicks, I've just gone back into the app and turned on noise cancelling. But this room is well treated for sound. These are all sound panels on the wall, so this shouldn't need noise cancelling in here. Be interesting when we get outside and see in a minute. In fact, what I might do is just move out into the office that has got more room noise there and just see, does this make any difference out there? And now with the Rode connected, can we hear any difference in this? How well does Rode compare compared to that Shure microphone? It does have some noise cancelling built into it. It tells us on the website. I'm just curious how that really sounds. Does it make a difference in a space like this? So now this is just in this office space, and definitely more echoey in here. So this is still on the Shure microphone. We haven't turned on the noise cancelling yet. And now with noise reduction turned on, sorry, not noise cancelling, does that make much of a difference in here? There's not any extra noise going on. It's just really my voice reverberating around inside this room. So that's the Rode microphone. Don't do anything, I just plug it in and away it goes. This is pretty loud here. There's music going on in the background, there's conversations at the tables around me. But is this usable? Could we use this here? This will do well if it can cut out some of this background sound. So now this is the Shure microphone. We haven't turned on the noise cancelling yet, but let's just have a listen. How good is this? Yeah, it's noisy here, we're pushing it, but I'm interested to see, certainly when we switch this over and put the noise cancelling on. And then that's with the noise cancelling turned on. Does that make a difference? If it does, you know, that kind of makes this microphone completely usable over the other one. I don't know, we're going to have a listen and see what this sounds like. And I will just do a quick test through and just use the phone, microphone and camera without any of these to see whether we actually need them at all. Okay, so with no mics attached at all, what does it actually sound like just using the phone itself? Do we even need to use these microphones? The music's just gone down actually. Let's give it a second and let that come back up to give this a fair comparison. Okay, so just having a little walk by the boats as you do. And this is I've just left both microphones on, but this is the Rode coming through the regular camera video at the minute. What do we think to that? It's a bit of noise, a bit of creaking. Shouldn't be too bad. And of course, because we're wireless, we can push that away a bit. And you can have a little bit of a look around as well. So now we're on the Shure mic without any noise removal on there. As you can see, camera does just as well. I don't need to be in the other app to be able to do anything unless you really wanted to get into some of these third-party apps where you want to have extra tools, color grading and things. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. It's fairly quiet out here. It's not too noisy, a bit different to that restaurant we were just in. But let's just try putting the noise cancelling on anyway and see what that does. And here we go. Noise reduction. I need to get this word right. I could do with it written on the front of here. I'm doing noise removal, noise cancelling. Noise reduction is the technical term. Does that make it much different? Again, doesn't matter about the distance that I'm away from this. Quite nice with this is the DJI gimbal. Just allows me to walk and talk. And genuinely, this is the kind of thing that I would use this for. And I think that, yeah, is really good. It's all about what makes the difference. Which is the better quality here, really to me makes all the difference. So what do you think? Is there a clear winner there for you yet? To help us summarize, let's consider some pros and cons for both mics. Starting with the Rode. It is a much simpler setup. You can record with any phone app. It's cheaper. It's half the price of the Shure. Very easy to use because it is fully automatic. It has that magnetic clip on there. It's a smaller case. It's more portable and in my mind makes it more usable. I would definitely slip this in my pocket and take it out recording. I'd have to really think that I wanted the Shure one, whereas the Shure one, it's that bit bigger. Cons, there's no option for using this with a computer or a camera. There's no additional noise cancelling and there's limited control over it if you want that. Now the Shure mic, pros, for mobile, there's no receiver. There's nothing to get lost. There's nothing to get broken or damaged. Straight into your phone. You've got that flexibility to use this with a phone or use the same equipment on your camera or your computer. It has excellent noise cancelling. It's smaller and more discreet when you wear it this way round. And there are definitely more controls over the sound if that's what you want. But it is also very easy to use this on auto. Don't think that you have to go in there and dial things in. Straight out the case, this will work on full auto. Cons, you need to record into the Shure app unless you use the receiver and actually send the feed out of that and plug it into the microphone input in your phone, which maybe if you were doing a more professional phone recording setup, you'd have a rig there, you could attach that receiver to it. That's not out of the question. Cost, this is the dearest not only in this review, but actually in its class. So as we wrap this up, what do you think? Please let me know in the comments. Rode have really made an excellent foolproof mic designed for mobile creators who don't want to mess about with settings. They've priced it well and they've not compromised on build quality. But I have to say the Shure mic with that noise cancelling gives me a microphone that I can use anywhere and know that the quality will be top notch. And I also have a mic here that I can connect to my camera or computer, which is a massive plus for me. But that comes at a cost. As I said at the start, I love both of these mics for different reasons, and I would choose one or the other depending on the requirements. Although I reckon when I'm looking back in 12 months' time, the Shure mic is the one that I'll have used the most. I hope that's helped you. If it has, please give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe as we have that Hollyland review come in next. For now, why not head over and check out either my Shure review or the Rode review and see them in a little more detail. Thank you so much.